For fast, cheap, and reliable Madden 23 coins, make sure you guys go check out my sponsor AOEAH.com. Use code VENM at checkout for 3% off your order. Yo, what's good, guys? Fire here back on video, and today we're going to be hopping into another Madden 23 offensive scheme. Today we're going to be in the gun tight offset tight end. You guys showed a lot of love on the gun tight formation that I posted 2 days ago, and we're going to bring tight offset tight end because I want to show both of them. They are similar, but they are different, of course. They're different formations. And yeah, there's a lot to go over. Now, personally, I would say I'm a little bit more comfortable in tight offset tight end. It's a formation that I've been running for years. Madden 18, Madden 19, even Madden 17, I've been running this formation. So I'm, of course, a little bit more comfortable in this than I am gun tight. But of course, we're going to talk about some of the pros and cons between them both. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys drop a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel down below if you want more daily Madden 23 content. Let me know what else you want to see down below as well. Now, let's talk about the playbook. We're going to be in the New Orleans Saints offensive playbook today. Tight is in some other playbooks as well. Chargers is one of the more notable ones that I know. I like Saints because you're going to have tight, you're going to have a Y off, a bunch, and it's just a good playbook. I mean, most people that run this playbook are sitting in tight anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Now, getting into our audibles, I like to have Y out HB swing, inside zone, bench, and PA shot seams. Some of the other plays that I like are going to be the 0-1 trap you see in the middle there. Saints in, you can't see because my face cam is blocking it. That's a nice play we'll go over. And there's some other good plays as well. Things like Saints halfback wheel, Saints spot. But yeah, overall, it's a pretty good formation. We're going to start out with the Y out HB swing, and we're going to be going up against man coverage, linebacker Blizz 0, since apparently they decided to change the name of that blitz. So let's just go after that. Now, you might be asking yourself, why are people running tight? I went over this in my gun tight video. Why are people running these compressed formations, specifically tight and tight offset? And it's because these guys they just cannot get pressed. So, and I'm not going to set up the loop every time, but I'm just going to show you guys here that these guys, they don't get pressed. So you see nobody's getting pressed. It doesn't matter if the wide receiver is in the slot like DeAndre Hopkins, or if they are offset like Marquise Brown and Rondale Moore. It does not matter, and they cannot get pressed, which in a man coverage meta is going to be really important because getting pressed takes up some of your time. It's going to, of course, when you're getting sacked almost instantly, as you see the loop coming through every single time, funny by the way, it's important to have those extra split seconds to be able to make reads, and just having them not be pressed is all the difference. I mean, take a look at this setup at the loop. We're just pinching everybody, and you see it's just getting through. This is no contain, no nothing, and these guys just scream. It's funny the way that it works. But yeah, so overall, that's why it's popular. Now, I'm going to go over some of the setups that I like out of this, and the first one being a simple setup where we're just going to drag. I'm not sure why these stupid setup. There we go. There's my setup. You're going to block your running back and drag A, and that's about it. The drags are nice to get open against man coverage, and then you have a later kind of read with DeAndre Hopkins. I don't know why he doesn't have a superstar ability. Maybe it's because he's suspended. But yeah, these drags are nice reads to get open. And I had to stop there because my stupid other controller is buzzing for some reason. But yeah, man, it's a really just easy formation to run, especially with these plays. You have simple drags. So you saw Rondale Moore. Ertz, he's really slow at the tight end position. You get some faster guys like Pitts, and of course, this isn't really a good matchup with him and Jamal Adams. So maybe we sub Adams out so it's a little bit more fair because we do use the tight end a good amount in this formation. Now here you did see Hopkins get pressed a little bit. We were able to still complete the pass. That will happen occasionally. There are certain situations where sometimes they get pressed actually kind of midway through their route if they are not pressed immediately. So it is kind of a luck of the draw thing. Not sure why they're getting pressed now. After you saw the first couple plays, they weren't pressed at all. Now all of a sudden they're getting jammed at the line of scrimmage. Who knows what the main reason is for this? Maybe is it because I'm dragging a player? I don't know. But there you see that play, they don't get bumped. So it's just it's inconsistent. I noticed, I think gun tight, you don't get pressed at all. But for some reason this you do. Although online I don't really find myself getting pressed. But yeah, Y out HB swing, that's one setup. Another setup that I like out of this formation is to actually just block the running back and just put X on a zig. So you're going to leave A on his little out route. You, of course, have Marquise Brown on this route, which I haven't really talked about, but this deep post can get open. It's not my favorite route to throw because you need a lot of time to throw it, but if you can fit it in either early, you have potential to throw it. I will show some blocking stuff out of this as well, because you notice that the blitz is getting through every single time, and that's, of course, not what we want. So we're throwing Rondale Moore on his zig route. He's not going to get pressed, so he can get open, although he did kind of get, and that's what I'm talking about. He didn't get pressed at the line of scrimmage, but he did get bumped kind of downfield. Not what we want. So we'll try and, again, here, now you see Zach Ertz frying the man coverage on that little out route. So just a good base play that you can run. Now, let's say you're getting screamed at with the stupid pressure. It's annoying you like it annoys me. You're just going to motion block Rondale Moore. This is a really easy way to block. Just motion him over, and he's going to stop, and you notice the loop is gone. Now, we still get shedded, but you notice how Marquise Brown gets a ton of separation. Now, I would imagine that one of these guys are his user. In this case, probably Quandre Diggs is going to be the user. Take a look at the separation that we get with Hollywood Brown. Now, there is a speed disadvantage between these guys, but it's about 5 yards. If this guy's not here, which again, this is probably the user, and he's looking at these corner outs because he's going to have to probably defend those. I don't think he's running straight back. It's going to be open. It's going to be a touchdown kind of a throw. So I do like that. And again, all you're doing for our motion block is just motioning over Rondale Moore to this right side and snapping it at least like a second after. Here again, you see DeAndre Hopkins frying on his corner out. You'll see more corner outs later. But yeah, this is pretty much it for Wild HP Swing. Now, of course, if they're running zone coverage, a lot of these setups still work the same way. I'm going to try and mix it in, but man coverage is mainly what you face. So here's just cover 3. You see corner out. Again, corner outs are difficult against cover 3, especially on the wide side of the field. So be careful throwing those, but against man coverage, they're money. Now let's move into our next play, which is going to be the inside zone. And it's just going to be a basic run play. Of course, if they're compressing their formation like this, inside zone is almost throwing away at down. But if they're spread out like this, you should be able to run the ball and have decent success. That was some of the worst run stick I've ever put out in a YouTube video right there. But you should be able to get some decent blocks if you're, if they are not pinched with everybody. And Justin Pugh is doing us absolutely no favors at the left guard position, just letting the linebacker run straight into the backfield. Beyond frustrating. I guess the run just sucks. I mean, like, come on. We all know the run is good. I don't know what it is about this stupid play, but let's try and, like, base a line just so we can show that the run works. Because this run I have success with online. It's just right now. So there you see a look at what the run can be. Again, not everybody runs man coverage. If they're running a kind of baseline zone coverage, this will work. And you saw it work there. So, again, of course, when they're man aligned, they pinch everybody. You're not really going to want to run the ball against the set. You can try things, motioning over a guy like Zach Ertz, and then you see the blocks open up slightly. We pick up about 5 yards, so it can work. I would try and stay a little bit honest with it, at least have it in your opponent's back of his head that, hey, this guy can potentially run the ball. I mean, otherwise, it's not a main running formation. You don't want to put the ball on the ground double-digit times, if that makes any sense. Anyways, let's hop into our next play, which is going to be the bench play. The bench play is going to be probably the best one out of the formation. I showed this a lot out of tight, and it's very valuable. You have 2 corner outs, and they just get open. Now, I'm going to take Jamal Adams out because he's too good of a corner for Zach, or he's too good of a safety for Zach Ertz. It's not a fair matchup, so we can get someone realistic just because Zach Ertz is so slow. So bear with me here. We're going to do that. Who can we put here who's fair? Let's put Marquise Blair. That should be about a fair matchup, I would say. And where is our bench play? And again, we're just trying to get a fair matchup. Nobody's going to use Zach Ertz ever in an online situation, Ultimate Team at least, and regs maybe. But Zach Ertz, there you see what a corner out can do. And he's not getting good separation either. This is minimal separation, like the minimal that you can have in order to throw the pass. But at least he's getting something for us. I mean, look at it from the bright side of things. So again, all I'm doing is block my running back running at stock. This is good. Quick snap play. You can get to the line, snap the ball. Now, both of our out routes did get pressed there. And again, I noticed myself in this tight offset getting pressed a little bit more, which is kind of why I kind of levitate more towards classic tight this year. I'm not exactly sure what the reasoning for that is, but you see these out routes, they can get wide open. I mean, you saw almost 6-7 yards of separation on an out route when he's not jammed at the line of scrimmage. Even when he is jammed, you can get separation. It just might take a little bit longer. So There was Rondale Moore. Now let's show Hollywood Brown. Again, you throw it just either on break, couple seconds after break, and he's getting wide open. So those are the out routes. I do generally like to keep the out routes open because even if it's zone coverage, they set up the corner outs both as well. We've already shown Hopkins out route, corner route out of the Y out HB swing. There you see out of the bench. Same result against man coverage. He's getting open. And again, most wide receivers in the game should be able to get open against that unless you're using some terrible guys. You can also have situations where you're able to lob it over the top. There you saw a touch pass with Kyler Murray. If it's a one-on-one, there's no safety help, there's no user over there, you can lob it up and kind of pass it up the field, and it can turn into a touchdown. So if they're running zero coverage, you're able to block it. Let's say he's sending 7 with a user, he's hovering, some things like that. You can also go back to what we said, the max protect. You can max protect. And again, there's situations where you're not going to want to do it because there, it wasn't open. There was no reason to do it. Your bullet pass led to the outside would be open, so just do that. So you want to be smart about it. Don't do it just every single time just because it works once. Another setup I like is to just slant Marquise Brown out of the motion block. It's just another route that fries man coverage. Although you have the slant and corner out running to the same area, he's not going to be able to use or both. He's still going to have to choose one. Generally, what you'll see in that situation is a user try to go with the left corner out and then bluff back to the slant. In that case, you have both corner outs open. Zach Ertz on the right is going to be untouched with no one in the area, and then you're going to have Hopkins late. So pretty smart. And again, if you want to throw Hollywood immediately, you can, of course, do that. So pretty good situations. Let's show some reps against different coverages. Let's go to a cover 2 here. Now, this play is a little bit interesting. I'm just going to go with a basic setup. Again, I'll usually just block the running back. Let's show a stock play here. You can either check it down to the out route, which that was a terrible read. I should not have thrown that. For some reason, I was thinking it was cover 3. Against cover 3, usually the read is the out route late. Or you can kind of throw it earlier. I threw it a little bit later there. So we'll show cover 2 again. And again, X, it kind of baits you. And then you want to throw this corner out. Now, honestly, I like the corner outs against zone on the short side of the field. I've said this in my last video. I like corner outs on the short side of the field. Cover 2, cover 3 especially. They just seem to get open more. The safeties, they play super far over this year. If you're not running like a wheel route, then they're not getting open against cover 2. So over here on this right side is where you see some more potential. And there was the read I was talking about. I was just confusing him. You noticed how Ertz was open, but look how wide open Hollywood was on that side. I mean, my lord, he was just wide open over there without a doubt late. So again, you see how far he's playing up. This would be a situation where you throw the out route that I was kind of talking about. We had an awful animation, and I didn't pass lead him up the field, but you see how you can throw that all game long. And yeah, man, let's go to a cover 3 situation. Block our halfback, and then again, you see it's just a difficult thing without a clear out. If you really want to clear out, what you can do is just, if you know he's running zone, he's not blitzing you, set up something like this, and the corner out should be able to get open. You can maybe scramble out, but there you see it open. Without a clear out, it's not easy to throw these, so I would honestly maybe stay away. Something else you can do if it's zone that I like, if you don't want to use the out route, you want a more concise, clear route, you can go with these flats. These flats, you can also motion them out, but you can really throw these easily. You can cut up field a little bit easier than the out route, get better animations, and it's just a lower yards of depth, so it's easier to make the read. That's going to do it for bench. Let's go to our next play, PA shot seams. Now, there is a meta for this play, and it's going to be involving the high ball and involving these wheel routes. You're going to go ahead and motion them out, and what you can do with these guys is kind of click on. Now, I think it's better not against jam coverage. It's better with a big body wide receiver also. I did get it to work earlier, so we'll see if we can get it to work again. But really the trick here is to just kind of throw it up. And oh my gosh, this is not working for some reason. And I know it's because I'm using Hollywood Brown. I did get the good animation, but he's not putting the ball. I think I'm putting it in the wrong spot. I shouldn't be pass leading in if I'm not mistaken. We'll try some other stuff though. Yeah, so you want to pass lead almost out or just pass lead up. For some reason, I was pass leading in, and that's not going to work. But what you want to do is just pass lead either out or up with these wheel routes. I like to motion them out, and you can just kind of click on and like undercut. Now, again, that was pass leading up. Probably outside is your better bet, seen from those reps. And really what you can do is just kind of click on and a lot of times make the catch. Now immediately when you click on, you want to cut inside. Again, I'm not doing a good job. I might also try and show some of this at the end of the video so I don't just eat up a ton of time here. And I'll put a bigger body there. A lot of guys go with the tight ends, but you can click on like that. Again, Hollywood, he's not good for this, but you can kind of undercut it, and a lot of times you won't even get stuck in an animation. If you do get stuck in an animation, it's kind of a low risk thing, and reason being, I mean, he just got pressed. And there you see if you motion someone out, he gets pressed, so that's why you want the wheel route so you don't get pressed. But yeah, it's kind of a low risk thing, what I was saying. Main reason being, there's only one guy out there, so if you do end up getting hit, and yeah, you have to pass it out. I'll show it at the end of the video with a bigger body, and hopefully we can get it. I haven't labbed it a whole lot, but I have got it to work. I did get it to work before the video, but let's show some other PA shot seam setups. If you're able to get it to work, he's going to be worried about this guy. He's going to maybe even have to double team him. Now, I like the other kind of route stock. What I would do with A is maybe just throw him on like a basic in route. I'm not sure why our stupid player is not updating. Something just like this, and you can kind of quick snap. Rondale, he's going to get open over there. Possession catch likely would have been the better option there. Some other stuff that you can go ahead and do out of this play is, this is another situation where maybe you're able to throw it deep to D-hop. Now, just because this guy is getting in the way, I'm not sure why he's just turning into a freaking zone that defends everything just because he's made up on the running back and the running back's not on a route. But that's what he's doing, so we're just going to user him so he just gets out of our way and leaves us alone for one play. And, well, that's great blocking. Holy Toledo, this is annoying. It's annoying this year with this stupid pass rush. It really is. What I was trying to show with D-hop is you can lob it up, and we were still under pressure. You didn't catch the ball, but you knew it was a touchdown, if that makes any sense. And that's what you can do. It's a more vertical corner route, so it does allow you to pass lead up a little bit better. And it tends to get more separation that way, whereas the bench one gets more separation towards the sideline. Again, this play, it's not an every down play, but you can mix it up. There you see a little in route. You can throw terrible pass lead from Kyler when I was passing to the left. Maybe I have to use precision passing, who knows. But yeah, we'll show some more PA shot scenes at the end. I got a couple more plays I want to show, but I want to try and show that big body aggressive catch. I'm sure some people have made videos on it. I'm sure you guys have seen it, but I'm going to try and get it myself. Now, let's go to Saints halfback wheel, and let's throw the Saints in. So 2 more plays. I'll also show the 0-1 trap briefly. 0-1 trap is a little bit of a better run, I think. It's more of a power, slow developing, so a lot of times the blocks develop more concisely and kind of allow you to cut up field rather than being rushed. So if you're more of a patient runner, it's probably better. You can see the blocks develop a little bit better, and there you see we almost have a house call if we have a faster halfback. But yeah, I think it's also better against man coverage. It's generally better against more tight formations, and you see even with the blocks not really holding up perfectly, we're still picking up about 5 before contact of every rep. So now a good player can also shoot this, and if they're running this loop, sometimes the players will loop around so fast if they have really good guys that you get hit in the backfield or tackled from behind before you're even able to really cross the line of scrimmage. But here, I mean, you just see good reps. It's a lot better than the inside zone. I'll show it compressed. It probably won't be as good, but these 2 runs are definitely solid, I would say. And even against pressed, now the sheds in this game again are going to be good, but you notice how we were able to at least get past the line of scrimmage. Rodney Hudson, what's the point of you even being a high overall if you're just getting shedded every play? Come on, dude. So let's hop into the next play, Saints. What's it called? Saints in. I like this play actually stock. I mean, you have a lot here. Now, you can block the running back, of course, but you have a nice quick out with D-hop. Nice in route, and then you have the steeper post with Hollywood. Again, deeper post, not as valuable because it's just so hard to throw them. But this is another play that you can also either max protect out of, but we'll just show blocking Connor. Again, our player doesn't update, but here it is. Just another kind of nice quick snap play you can go to. D-hop, get open. If you don't like that out route, you can put them on a regular out route or a zig route, something like that. Whatever you guys prefer, I recommend you do. You don't have to follow everything I'm saying to the T. I forgot to audible there, so let's audible, D-hop on an out route, and let's just run everything here. So again, James Conner's going to beat man coverage. Now, I was using Quandre Diggs defensively, using him. So that's why he was wide open, but his route does beat man coverage. Now, again, I would probably block him if he's sending man pressure. If I'm not blocking him, I'm going to motion block Rondale Moore. And again, there you see Hopkins passing to the outside. Should be no opportunity for him to intercept it unless he gets some crazy blocks. And then again, Zach Ertz, he's going to be our last guy. He's going to fry as well. So I'll show it one more time against man coverage, and then we will show a zone. So again, Ertz, holy crap, he's getting back because he's so slow, but faster tight ends, Parham, Pitts, they'll be open. Tony G if you have them. Now, if they're running zone coverage, let's just go to a cover 3. And I do apologize for not audibling to zone as much. I like this setup where you just streak A. You can corner out Y maybe if you have a slot apprentice, but just kind of run things like this. You have some nice underneath routes you can go to. I'm not sure why Rondale Moore stopped his route there. I don't think he's ever done that out of this play. But yeah, just a nice basic play. Intended to throw it short, and you can take advantage with some deep things. You can throw that post in with Hollywood if you can fit it in. Let's try it again. Now, this cover 3 drop that's in the audibles has a lot of things here that kind of jump at me. We're going to go on the D line for this play. So we'll see if we can fit it into Hollywood over the top, which we should be able to, and he got bumped, and I should have lowballed as well, but holy crap. Man got bumped down the field. You can't do a whole lot about that. I think we all know that, but you saw he was going to be open when I threw it. Next play, Saints halfback wheel. This is a play I like to just block the running back and snap. You have 4 man coverage beating routes. And again, quick snapping I think is the best. You catch the user either out of position, or if he's spamming B to switch players, you can catch him on the D line. You can catch him mid-adjustment and be able to hit a corner out for a deep play. It's just a nice way, I think, to run your defense, or your offense rather. And again, we're just going to do something like this. Rondale gets bumped again. Our wide receivers get bumped down the field. That time it was wide receiver to wide receiver. So I guess I can't be too mad about that. But yeah, you see it working in action. The corner route's going to be the same as bench. The in route's going to be same as Saints in. So you know all these things get open. Now, if it's zone coverage, it's not my favorite play. But it is really difficult to bluff zone and man this year. This looks a lot like cover 3. There's a safety in the middle of the field. You know it's not man coverage, so you can pretty much tell. And a lot of times if they're running press zone, you can actually throw corner outs over the top as well. So if you have a fast guy, Hopkins not even fast, and he was able to do it, so you know that works. But let's put in a big body. I'm going to throw Zach Ertz. I'm going to go with Hopkins. So we're going to move Hopkins over to that spot. AJ Green would be good as well. Either guy. Hopkins is higher overall. We'll rock with him. And we're going to try and get this down. And see if we can get it to work. So again, they motion out. I think they let him get set. And then they just kind of fire it over here. And you can click on, and that's what I'm talking about. The stupid ags. Now, Hopkins is good. Of course, he's better. But Moss, he's going to make those plays. I've seen Parham ag so many times in streams. And again, you just motion him out, wait for him to get set, snap the ball, and you can either just pass it up, click on, and you see it's just every single time. It's Madden 20 vibes, but it's not even straight ags. It's just the corners not even reacting to the high balls. So you saw it happen 2 times in a row. Again, you just motion out, let it happen, high ball, click on, catch. And this isn't even the result. These are none of Hopkins' stats going to work. All it is his size purely. So take that for what it is. Big body receivers, good this year, I would say. Again, all I'm doing is I'm clicking on to the receiver. I'm holding my left stick to the left, and I'm holding the Y button. Again, the passing that I'm doing right now is up the field, so I'm passing up. I'm not passing to the sideline. And again, you just click on. That time you didn't catch it, but there's no foul because it's man coverage. There's nobody in the area. Even if it's cover 3, there's a likelihood that you're just throwing it against an outside third. Now, it's not as good against cover 3 just because you want to throw it earlier because he's probably setting pressure, but there you see yet another animation, and this time he just goes through his body. I mean, it's just super, super good. You can run this out of tight. I didn't show this as well out of tight in my last video, but you throw it. I mean, just look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Through the body. Just no reaction. And it doesn't matter that I'm not clicking on. If I was clicking on, it would be the same result. Trust me. I'm sure you guys have also seen this before. I watched a stream where this happened to Dubby This guy was running the same formation. He had Parham in the spot, and it just happened. Now, the only thing you can really do is double team. So in this case, let's double team. He's probably just running something like this. You can user it. It doesn't matter if you user. So you just want to try and do something like this. You man 2 people on him, and at that point, it's going to force him to make a different read because you can't really throw it. Now, we got a bad throw there, but it's not going to work. One guy's going to react, at least. But, I mean, you haven't seen it like result in an interception yet. And again, you don't have to even move that far to the left. That time you see a straight up aggressive catch, that's where the stats maybe come into play. But even even without crazy receivers, the big bodies do get good animations. So I'm sure nobody's using like a bum 60 overall receiver. And again, that's a risky situation, that kind of an animation, but I mean, you see it just working really well. I'm not going to do this for 20 minutes, but you guys see it working. Good formation. Let me know if you want to see some other stuff out of it. And that's going to do for the video. If you enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe to the channel down below, and peace. I'm out of here.